Philippines returns to school for just one day as storm forces classrooms in north to close again. Students attend the first day of in-person classes at a flooded school due to high tide in Macabebe, Pampanga Province, Philippines, August 22nd, 2022. CNN. A tropical storm forces schools to close across the northern Philippines on Tuesday, just one day after one in person learning had resumed, following one of the world's longest pandemic related shutdowns. Severe tropical storm Maon, known as Florita in the Philippines, made landfall in Maconacon, Maconacon, Isabela province at 10:30 a.m. local time, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration. The weather agency said heavy to intense torrential rains were expected to sweep through much of northern Luzon, the country's largest and most populous island, warning of widespread flooding and landslides. Public schools were suspended for 2 days starting Tuesday in the national capital region, which includes Manila and the provinces of Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, Bulacan, Zambales, and Bataan, according to the statement posted to Facebook by President Fernand Marcos Jr.'s press secretary. Authorities preemptively evacuated more than 540 people to shelters, and flood warnings were issued for the provinces of Zambales, Talak, Batan, and Pananga. Photos from Pampanga Monday showed some students spend their first day back at school after more than 2 years of remote learning on flooded classrooms as the storm inched closer to land. Students ride a boat to school during the first day of in-person classes in Macabebe, Pampanga Province, Philippines, August 22nd, 2022. Learning poverty. More than 28 million students returned to the school across the country on Monday, according to the Education Department. Plans to lift the COVID restrictions imposed in March 2020 had stalled due to fears that the slow vaccine rollout among students and teachers could lead to new outbreaks. In a statement Monday, UNICEF said the long closures had stunned the educational development of millions of children in the country. Prolonged school closures, poor health risk mitigation, and household income shocks had the biggest impact on learning poverty, resulting in many children in the Philippines failing to read and understand the simple text by age 10, the statement said. Vulnerable children, such as children with disabilities, children living in geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, and children living in the disaster and conflict zones fare far worse. The shift to online classes, self-learning modules, and the educational television and radio programs proved extremely challenging for the country of more than 110 million, where less than a fifth of households have internet access, and many lack of mobile devices, according to Reuters. Additional reporting by Reuters.